Okay, in this video, Hermsen teaches you how to solve equations where you have multiple logarithms. Okay, now first off, what you want to do to solve the equation is write log base 10, but only write it once. Don't write it again. After you've written it, cross those out. Now we have 2x, so you put 2x in parentheses. And when you're combining them into one, a plus is going to turn into multiplication. And then what is the second log base 10 of what? X minus 5. Then equals 2. So I'm going to pause the camera on that for 10 seconds. Log base 10 once. After the first log, 2x. And if it's plus, I times. It would be minus, you divide, but we don't really run across that very often. Okay, now it's time to get rid of the log, okay? Again, I circle the log and don't stop till you have a plus or a minus outside of parentheses or the equals. Okay, so I'm there. Now it's time to get rid of the log, and it's very easy to do. Write your base 10. That's the big base. And whatever's over here is going to be the 10's exponent, so 2. And then I write whatever comes, log base 10, whatever comes after it, it's going to go over there. So parentheses 2x times x minus 5. Now you solve it. You got to FOIL that. 10 to the second's 100. So I take 2x times x, be 1x. And 2x times negative 5. So that is 2x to the second and negative 10x. So we can write that over here. Okay, now obviously I can see with x to the second and x to the first, we're going to have to move everything to one side so we can set up a factoring. Okay. All right, so 3 terms would be the GCF and the T-chart. Okay, so the GCF out of those 3 is 2, not x, just 2. So I can divide it down. Helps to factor 1x to the second minus 5x minus 50. Then I ABC that, and that's going to be negative 50, difference of 5. Nope, 3, 4 decimals. How about 5 and 10? There we go. Now the 5 up there is minus, so it's going to be minus 10, and difference is plus 5. And a is 1x to the second, so I just need 2. So x, and then plus 5 minus 10. Okay, the 2's are relevant because it didn't have an x with it, so I get my 2 answers from those 2 factors that I made into parentheses. So x plus 5 equals 0, x minus 10 equals 0. So I get negative 5. And positive 10. Okay, so let's rehash. Write the log once, and then what comes after each log, it's always going to be a plus, so it'll be this times this equals 2. And then I get rid of the log by taking the base to the power of 2, and then write all the crap that comes after your log base 10. Then you have to multiply, move everything over. It's not a real fun problem, obviously. Okay, next one. I see log 10 twice. I only want one of it, and it's always possible to make it just one. So after the first log base 10, we got 5x. I'll put that in parentheses. And then a plus, and by the way, once you write that, cross them out. So 5x, that now turns to times, and then x minus 1 equals 5. So I combined it into 1, and now it is time to get it out of the log form. I want the log gone. Very easy to get rid of a log. You take its base to the power of what it equals, and you write this product over here, 5x times x minus 1. Okay, 10 to the 5th power, obviously going to be a pretty high number, 100,000. And I will be multiplying this out. So 5x times 1x. and 5x times negative 1. So that's 5x squared, negative 5x. Okay, again, you need to move everything to one side. So I subtract 100 grand. That would just go after everything. And it's a 3-term factoring problem. GCF T. GCF, you have 5, because you can divide all those by 5, but not x, okay? So that's 1x to the second minus 1x, and that's 20,000. If you honestly think I'm going to go through a t-test where 20,000's up here, you're nuts, okay? I'm going to my quadratic formula. Opposite of b, plus or minus d square root, b squared minus 4ac. So b, so negative 1. 4, a is positive 1, and c, put your negative 20,000. I had to put it above that because I couldn't get it in. Then 2 times 1. So there's always 2 answers. Okay, so I've got 1 plus or minus. I have no idea what's in that square root. 2 times 1 is 2. Now, figure that out on your calculator. Go second square root, double the parentheses, and then negative 1 to the second. You got to have 2 parentheses at the beginning. Minus 4, 1, and negative 20,000. I got 282.84. So I'll be taking 1 plus 282.84, dividing it by 2, and that's 141.92. And then get my other, I minus it, so 1 minus 282.84, divide by 2, negative 140.92. You get some crazy answers on these. Okay, so it's pretty much the same process on your 2 problems. You make it into one log, and you change the plus to a product of what comes after the log base 10. And then you get rid of the log. Write that as your base, that is your power, and then this is after it. You have to multiply it out, move that. One of the problems, the T-chart works, the other one it does not.